The little girl once ran freely, her laughter filling every corner of their small home. But slowly, something began to change. First came the pain, then weakness, and finally, the day she could no longer stand on her own. Her legs refused to obey, as if they no longer belonged to her. For her mother, that day felt like the world had stopped. He showed up after long hours of work, refusing any payment. "If this were my child," he said, "I'd never give up." Slowly, something began to change. Tiny movements returned. Strength flickered where there had been none. While famous doctors relied on machines and reports, this man relied on observation, dedication, and heart. He wasn't trying to prove anything to the world. He was simply a father who understood pain and chose compassion over comfort. And in doing so, he accomplished what money and titles never could. The hero they needed was never in a hospital. The day it happened felt unreal, as if time itself had slowed down. The little girl stood quietly, her small hands shaking, her feet resting on the cold floor. The room was silent. No machines, no doctors in white coats, no cameras, just hope holding its breath. Her mother watched closely, barely daring to breathe. She had seen disappointment too many times before. Promises had been made and broken. But this time was different. The mechanic knelt beside the girl, his voice calm and steady. "Trust yourself," he said softly. "You're stronger than you think." With trembling legs, the girl pushed herself upward. For a moment it seemed impossible. Then suddenly she was standing. Not supported, not held, standing on her own feet. The mother froze. Her mind refused to believe what her eyes were seeing. Then reality hit her all at once. Her knees gave way and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring freely. Years of fear, pain, and silent prayers escaped in that moment. She cried not from sadness but from overwhelming relief. The girl took one small step, then another. Each movement felt like a miracle unfolding in real time. There were no expensive treatments behind it, no billionaire doctors, just patience, belief, and a man who refused to give up on a child who wasn't even his own. Word spread quickly, but the mechanic never asked for recognition. He simply smiled and returned to his workshop, his job done. For him, the reward was seeing a child walk again. That day proved something the world often forgets. Money can buy machines, but not miracles. True healing sometimes comes from heart, faith, and determination, the things no amount of wealth can replace.